Hey, welcome to Camp Fremont. Today, we're really excited to talk about something that I don't think we even knew we were in need of until the last couple of weeks when we were moving into the property and we had a lot of trash and we're a bit far out of the city. And so trash pickup is slightly different out here. And so we are in need of a burn barrel. So I've done a bunch of research and have been looking up a ton of different options on how to build a burn barrel. And I will tell you, I think I came across one that is super simple and probably one of the most effective ones. So let's get started. All right, so really simple. Obviously, you got to get a barrel. We got one on Craigslist for 10 bucks. You don't need many tools. All I have here is a metal drill bit, half inch, a pry bar, some tape measure, pencil, and an angle grinder. And the design we're going to work out today is going to be fantastic. It creates a amazing vortex and heats up the can very efficiently. All right, so basically what we are going to be doing on this is not just drilling it with holes like a lot of the different versions out there. We're going to be making slits about 6 inches down, 7 inches down from this rib here at an angle, all the way around at every 10 inches. So we took a tape measure and we measured it around the bottom here, measuring down about 7 inches from this rib. And we're going to just start marking every 10 inches a bottom, and then we're going to go back and we're going to measure the top, and we'll show you what it looks like. All right, so a couple things to keep in mind when you're measuring out the bottoms of your for your slits. What you want to do is not cut through the seam. That's going to cause you some long-term problems. So what you do is start at your zero here, move out 3 or 4 inches, have your bottom mark, and then go every 10, right? So 14, 24, 34, 50, 44, etc. And then when we come back, we're going to come and do the same thing, and we're going to offset that 3 to 4 inches by 2 inches. So our slit's going to come down like this through the barrel, all right? And then we're going to pry those open. All right, so I got my 2 marks here, and then all I'm going to do is just take any form of a straight edge and just connect those two, just for a line for my grinder. Nothing too complicated. We want to secure this, so we're just putting a couple bricks onto the side so it doesn't roll around on us, and that way I don't put a grinder in my leg. Okay, so now that we've got our slits cut, we're going to pry them open with our pry bar. And you want to create that draft, so you want all of them being open on the same side. It opens it up a good 3/4 of an inch so that you can pull that air in. So we're going to just keep rotating around and doing the same thing. All right, so now I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to take my 1/2 inch metal bit. I'm going to just poke a few holes, 3 or 4. You really don't need more than that. 2 parts, it's a little bit extra airflow into the fire. And then most of all, like we have here in Tennessee, we have a lot of rain. And so if it does rain and it collects any of the water, it'll just run out of the bottom. All right, so when you drill and when you use your angle grinder on this metal, it can shed some of the material. So you want to be sure to take one of your magnet rollers or a broom and sweep it all up appropriately, because if you have any kids like me that like to run around with bare feet, you don't want to have to run to the urgent care to go get stitches. Okay, so now that the barrel is well ventilated, it's got its vortex creating vents, it's got its bottom vents. I will ultimately make a screen out of this. Really, I'm probably just going to fold this over. This is some pretty lightweight masonry mesh, and so I'll just fold that over to be slightly larger than the size of the barrel, and use gloves to remove it and put it on, just to keep the ashes and anything that might fly up when this thing is at full force. When we install it down at the end of the property, you know, always make sure you've got water available just in case the fire gets out of hand. And you want to prop this up off the ground with some fire-safe bricks. Don't use household bricks. They can explode, especially when these things can get extraordinarily hot.